The supreme sacrifice in the South Pacific in 1944, fighting the Japanese. I will share with you some of Clarence's obituary, some of the story that Gary Bacco researched, thank you Gary, and I will end with his personal letter to his brother. Memorial Day is set aside for us to remember the soldiers who've given their lives for us, for our freedom. I would ask each and every one of us here today to take a look at themselves and what have we done with those freedoms that these soldiers have given us. Clarence gave his life for us, for our freedom. The honor, strength, and integrity of this 21-year-old, to me, is the definition of a true American hero. I get emotional. We'll be okay. Clarence Alfred Morken was born in Cherry Grove Township, April 5th, 1922, the son of Nels and Karina Morken. He was just 2 years old when his mother passed away. In the autumn of 1924, the Morken family moved to Monroe, Minnesota, where he spent his boyhood days. He attended the public school in that village and attended high school in Wanamingo for a short period of time while he made his home with his brother-in-law and sister, Mr. and Mrs. Olaf Greseth in Rossford Township. At the age of 19, he was instilled with the urge to enter into the service of his country. His father died just a few months before he enlisted in the service. With most of Europe seething in the wartime frenzy, the United States was preparing a military stronghold for our protection. In answering the call for enlistment, Clarence chose the Navy as his branch of service. He received his basic training in Great Lakes Naval Training Station in Great Lakes, Illinois. Upon completing his course, he was transferred to Battleship Oklahoma, which he was stationed in Pearl Harbor. In the autumn of 1941, he was transferred into the Naval Air Corps and attended school at Norfolk, Virginia to become an aviation metalsmith. When his course was completed, he was assigned to a bombardier gunner on a scouting plane that was headquartered in Key West, Florida, in the Panama Canal Zone. Later, he was assigned to the aircraft carrier, the Ranger, and performed convoy duties in transporting troops to Africa. In May of 1943, he was transferred to the aircraft carrier, the Bunker Hill, and served as a gunner on a torpedo plane in the South Pacific. On January 18th, came word from the Navy Department that Clarence was reported missing in action since December 25th, 1943, after the plane had crashed at sea. In a message on February 4th came the cheering news that he and the pilot, Lieutenant Carvey, had been rescued. After being adrift for 27 days in a rubber boat and spending another 14 days on the island of Todd, they were picked up by a Catalina flyer boat on February 3rd. They were the two survivors following a crash landing after their plane was disabled during a carrier strike at Cabang, New Ireland on Christmas Day. Radio man R.C. Reynolds, injured by gunfire during the raid, was killed in the crash landing at sea. News of Clarence's safety was a tremendous relief for the Morken family and other relatives and friends. However, the rejoicing was not for long, as on February 18th came another message stating he was again missing following the crash of a transport plane on the 6th of February. A period of anxiety and fear over the welfare ensued until word came from the Navy Department officially determined that he had lost his life in the crash. 22 men were aboard that large Navy transport plane going to Guadalcanal, which crashed and burned near a small island in the Russells. Although a rescue party reached the scene almost immediately, no one could be saved. All the bodies aboard the plane were eventually recovered and interned in a cemetery in the locality where the death occurred. He made a supreme sacrifice while courageously serving his country, so that those he loved might continue to enjoy the liberty and principles of a free people. This is the research that Gary had done. This will go more into detail on what happened on those 41 days. When the ill-fated plane left December 25th, 1943 off the deck of the USS Bunker Hill and headed toward Cabang Harbor, it was still Christmas Day due to the international timeline for the Morken brothers and sisters. The Avengers pilot, Henry Carvey, Seated behind Carby was gunner Clarence Morken. A small space in the aft belly of the plane was occupied by radio man R.C. Reynolds. It was necessary for Morken to go through the radio man's compartment to get up to his ball turret. The turret was armed with a 50-gallon machine gun. Reynolds defended the plane from the fighter attacks approaching from behind and below with a 30-caliber machine gun. It took the raiding squadron of Avengers less than 1 hour to reach their targets in the harbor of Quebec, New Ireland. A harbor that in no way was poorly defended. To maximize the deadly effect of the Avengers' single 2,000-pound torpedo, Pilot Carby needed to approach his target at low level. There is no record when the anti-aircraft carrier hit the plane, but it may have occurred during this low-level torpedo run. Pilot Carby, now injured by shrapnel and struggling to keep his damaged plane airborne, headed toward the USS Bunker Hill in safety. 70 miles from Quebec, about 120 miles short of reaching the Bunker Hill, the three men endured a forced landing at sea. Weighing over 5 tons and with a short-term buoyancy, expectations compromised all the more by the anti-aircraft carrier hits. The plane slipped below the water so quickly that neither Carby nor Morken had time to save Reynolds, who had been knocked unconscious during the crash. During the next 27 days, Morken and Carby were adrift in a small rubber raft. Their forced landing north of Quebec meant the airspace over them was in line with many Japanese-held islands. Several of the planes that sighted were made low-level runs as to strafe them. In every close encounter with a Japanese plane, Lieutenant Carby was able to make a small light raft appear empty or more difficult to see by pulling his camouflage cover over it. After a week adrift, there was no more sightings of Japanese planes. Emergency stores of food and water aboard the life raft were never intended to keep 2 men alive for 27 days. The entire time adrift was very near the equator, so dehydration would have ended their lives long before starvation. However, lack of water never became a problem because of the frequent rains. Lack of food found them using their knives to kill curious small sharks that occasionally swam near them and eating their livers. The diet of shark livers invariably made them ill. Larger sharks kept their distance and never attacked. Seagulls, whenever one could be caught, proved more palatable when dried in the sun. After the first week had passed, the engine sounds of passing aircraft belonged solely to the American search planes. In one heartbreaking instance, the Catalina approached to within a quarter of a mile of them. According to Lieutenant Carby, the biggest problem during these 27 days was the task of keeping each other's spirits up when neither man really believed they would be rescued. Mutual boredom and crankiness added to the difficulties in spite of their good intentions. While adrift, Morken and Carby had many hours of conversation regarding their life experiences, family members, or what they planned to do after the war. Carby may have learned that Morken's mother died when he was just 2, and that his boyhood days were spent in rural Wanamingo and Zambroda area. That his father had died in 1940, that he attended high school in Wanamingo for a short period of time, while he made his home with his brother and sister-in-law, Olaf and Clara Greseth. Clara Greseth, by the way, is my grandma. That he had enlisted before the war at the age of 18, and that he had 3 brothers and 4 sisters. The day that they had been hoping and praying for had finally arrived. The answer to their prayers was Cow Island, but a pounding surf lay between them and solid ground. Landfill may have happened during the night, as neither man remembered much about their battle with the surf, except the feeling of helplessness and its grip. Both were hazy about how they finally made land, while they remembered being thrown out of the raft and receiving many lacerations from the coral reef. Along with fresh cuts and gashes received from them being tossed about by powerful breakers, Carby was still enduring shell fragment wounds. Both men estimated that they had each lost 40 to 50 pounds, and they had no idea what shore the sea had deposited them on. They would later learn that it's approximately 100 miles north of Chisall Island in the British Solomon Islands. That's approximately 420 miles from their crash site. Much to their delight, they proved to be inhabited by friendly natives. They placed them on litters in a small house outside their village. During the day, they brought them food and water, and at night, they brought them to their village and built a fire for them. Upon receiving such excellent care, and because of their youthful vitality, both men made amazing recoveries. On February 2nd, the Navy Liberator search plane made a low-level search of Powell Island and sighted a small raft on the beach. The following day, a Catalina Patrol Squadron 14 was ordered to resume the search. The three planes searched the perimeter of the atoll without success. Upon flying around the lagoon, two white men stood among the natives on shore. Lieutenant Deaver landed at once, and the two men were brought to the plane by the natives in a canoe. Both men had regained all but about 10 pounds of their normal weight from the care given them to the natives of Todd. By February 6th, the rescued pair was stateside bound, but each was assigned a separate aircraft to begin their journey homeward. Morken joined 20 others, Navy personnel and crew of a Navy transport plane bound for Guadalcanal. Problems with the plane, not enemy action, caused it to crash in one of the Russell Islands. Although the rescue party reached the crash scene almost immediately, no one could be saved. The bodies of all those who recovered were interred in the cemetery at the locality of the crash site. Morken's body was later disinterred and sent to Wanamingo. The memorial service was held for him at Dollar Church on Sunday, April 23rd, 1944. Lieutenant Harvey survived the war and made his home in Texas. Talking with Ken a while ago, he said the feeling he got getting on that plane coming home, and where it's got. He got to experience that. He was going home. Believe it or not, now the tough part's coming up. On February 3rd, the day he was rescued, he wrote a letter to his brother. Some simple words, but these were his last words. Dear brother Lawrence, well, how is everyone at home? Okay, I hope. I bet it's cold as heck there right now. The Navy has probably notified you that I'm okay. By this time, I hope you weren't too worried when you heard that I was missing. I really had quite an experience too. I can't tell you very much about it now. You'll be able to figure out that I was missing for 41 days by the Navy telegrams. The mosquitoes were kind of tough to fight off, but that's the only real tough problem. In a couple of days, I will be right back in the old group and maybe get my old job back, I hope. The integrity of these soldiers is amazing. This is just a few words to let you know that I'm okay. Yes, even good enough to knock you on your fanny. The next time I write, I will ask essentially what I can put in this letter. Maybe I can give you some sort of idea of what happened. Love to all, Brother Clarence. You hear a lot of stories and people that have died and his families too. So, Clarence died for you, and he died for me.